know, when you were growing up, you probably had yourself what some call a security blanket or a noogie. You'd cuddle up with that thing and it would make you feel all warm and safe. Well, in need of one of those as an adult for your 401k. That's where I'm at. I don't know where you are, but having that sense of security for that retirement money, it's something that we're all looking for, and Tom Jacobs from Jacobs Financial Service can give you that noogie. No, wait, no, noogie's one of these. I'm thinking of that sense of security though. As a child, do you remember that feeling? You were all safe and secure, and you had your blankie. Boy, nobody's feeling that way about their 401k balance these days.
Well, you know, we're in such a turbulent time right now in the market and in our country, just all kinds of stuff going on. One thing you just don't want to leave to chance is that precious, important retirement money.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you can't get back if it goes away if you're of a certain age. I mean, that really is the crux of what you are talking about.
That's exactly right. And to your point, our clients aren't 20 and 30 and 40. Those folks have the time to weather the ups and downs. But goodness, if you're approaching retirement or you're already retired, the last thing in the world you want to do is lose money. So think about this. You're 65 and you want to retire next year, and all of a sudden you lose 30%. Well, holy cow, you either have to work longer to recoup that or retire with 30% less. Both of those are horrible options. How about we do this? How about we take that nest egg and we protect it now? We put it in what's called a fixed indexed annuity. If the markets go down, your money stays the same. If the markets turn around and go up, you get to enjoy some of that up. It's just an awesome, awesome product.
And of course, there's no guarantee that the market is going to go back up. I mean, there's no lock on the stock market to say, yeah, we promise that eventually it's going to go back up.
To be fair, in the history of our country, the markets always go back up. But here's the key thing. When? How long is it going to take? If it takes 6 years or 8 years to get all your money back, well, my gosh, I'd rather be retired and fishing and having fun with my grandkids rather than looking over my shoulder wondering what's happening in the market every day.
Absolutely. So even if as those 6 to 8 years or however long it takes to come back, there's nothing that says that there could be another dip setting even farther back. So let's get this sense of security. Let's get this warm blankie wrapped around that retirement money.
Exactly. Let me tell you about an incredible warm blankie. So one of the companies that we represent, Allianz Life Insurance of North America, one of their products, a fixed indexed annuity, there's a promotion and it's a limited time, goes through the first part of April. But here's how it works. Any money that you roll over, they're going to add 32% on top. Think about this. You have the option to take a lump sum pension. How about we take the lump sum, we add 32% on top of it. You can begin using that as an income stream. You can do that day one if you'd like. Once that income starts, it's guaranteed for the rest of your life. It doesn't matter how long you live, and it also has the ability to get bigger. It is really special, and I would ask people, give us a call. I'll send you this quick little one-page flyer that talks about this promotion that's happening. We would love to visit with folks, see if this is an appropriate product for their situation. But this is a really special, incredible, limited time opportunity.
It is tied to the index, though. For those who don't know what a fixed index annuity really does.
Right. So a fixed index annuity, the way that works is you have a couple of options how the money can grow. One of the options is we just put the money in a fixed account, fixed rate of return. Another option is we could be tied to an index. That might be the S&P 500, the Dow Jones, the Russell, the NASDAQ. If the index is going up, you get to go up with it. Now, you're not going to get all of the gains, but in exchange for not getting all of the up, you are guaranteed to get none of the down. An account that never loses money, spends no time recovering from losses. If we're not paying silly, crazy fees at the end of the day, that's going to beat the violent up and down of the market.
Absolutely, Jim. Have that stable shelf, if you would, of like, this is where it's at, it's not going to go lower than that.
Exactly. And if I need to use this bucket of money to create an income stream, I have the option to do that. And once that income stream starts, it's forever.
I'm sure some people might think, we've always been told if it sounds too good to be true, it's not true.
Yeah.
But this is a legitimate product.
Allianz Life Insurance has been around since 1896. They are A++ rated. They are the #1 provider of indexed annuities in the world for 19 of the last 22 years. This is as real as it gets, guys, and it's something you really need to consider, and you need to do that now.
Yeah, as you mentioned, this is only going on for a limited time, so this Jacobs Retirement Roadmap is really the first step.
Absolutely. First step, let's get together, let's see what's happening. Let us build out a plan for you. We call the plan the Jacobs Retirement Roadmap. That takes us from today all the way to the finish line. We look at the milestones along the way, Social Security, pensions, what do we do with the 401k? We map that all out, show you how you're going to receive receive your income or your paychecks in retirement.
Now, you've seen his billboards everywhere holding those safes up on his shoulders, because that's what it's about, keeping your retirement money safe, and you can do that today. As you heard, there's a fantastic offer happening that adds 32% of those rollovers on the spot, and you can even start withdrawing some of that money back already, immediately. Granville, Norton Shores, Kalamazoo, you can go there in person or check them out online, jacobsfs.com, or call 616-622-4654.